Hi everybody and welcome to the Galactic Armory. Today I've got something a little bit different from my normal videos. The people at EIBOS reached out to me asking me if I'd be willing to test out their new product they're launching, and I said, sure, I'll try it out. So they sent me a couple things, and today I'm going to be showing you exactly what they sent me, and giving you my honest feedback on it. I didn't get paid or anything for this video, so you guys can be sure that whatever I say in this video is what I truly believe. Now, what they sent me was a filament drying box. Now if you're like me, I've never used a dry box before. I've heard about them, but I've never given them a shot. The purpose of a dry box is to prevent moisture from seeping into your filament. Let's say you open a roll of filament and turns out you didn't need it, so you let it sit on the shelf for a couple months. Over those months, moisture from the air is actually going to seep inside the 3D printing filament, and in the case of PLA, it will actually make the filament expand just a little bit. But 3D printing is such a precise technology. If the filament being fed in is a little bit wider than it's expecting, you're probably going to get a jammed printer, or your prints just might not turn out great at all. So this product is meant to dry the moisture out of your filament, returning it back to the original size so that you can keep getting quality prints from your filament. Now, I've never really had this happen to me where I've opened filament and just let it sit there. I usually use whatever filament I open, or I just leave it sealed in the original packaging it came with the silica beads that remove the oxygen in there. But if you've got a lot of different colored filaments and you only want to use a little bit at a time, this could be a good option to return your filament back to normal before you start printing with it. So let's talk a little bit about the box itself. Now, it comes with a few things. It comes with 4 rollers, so you can fit 2 full 1 kilogram rolls. I wanted to test it with some of the spare half kilogram filament rolls that I had laying around, but you can fit the full 1 kilogram roll in there. And the spools just sit on the 2 rollers where they can freely spin. Now, I didn't use it for this, but the box also has tiny holes in the top, as well as coming with a Bowden tube, so you can hook up directly to your printer if you want to. Say you want to grab some wild color and print immediately with it, you can hook it up, put the filament in the box, and then just feed the filament right out of the box into the printer. Now, the box has pretty simple controls. It has a current temperature sensor, as well as a stopwatch, and it has diagrams for the different filament types. For PLA, it was recommended to leave it in there for about 4 hours. So now that we've got the whole thing set up, I wanted to give it a try, see how well it could actually remove moisture from filament. And to do that, I couldn't wait around for months for moisture from the air to seep into the filament. So I drowned this poor little filament roll in water, let it soak in for a couple days to really get some moisture in there. Now that we've got our soaked roll of filament, we can leave it in the drying box for a couple hours. If we take a closer look, we can see it is currently 51.5 degrees Celsius with remaining time of 3 hours and 55 minutes. And currently I think it's 47% humidity in the box. And that number slowly drops over time. So we'll let this finish and then we'll try it out on the printer. I decided to print the Benchy since he's practically the universal benchmark of a printer, and I think it turned out pretty well. It does have some little deformities on the front side there. I don't know why I printed this with supports that auto-generated and I must not have seen it, but here's how it looks without supports. But yeah, other than that little deformity on the front, it is not a bad print at all. Now, along with the filament drying box, which I should mention is called Cyclopes if I haven't already, they did also send me something really cool. This here is a little filament vacuum pack. They sent me this along with a couple large bags, and the pump itself is just USB powered, so I just plugged it into my computer, and it actually sucks all the air out of the bag for you. So if you wanted to reseal some filament to protect it from moisture in the first place, this would be a great way to do it. I don't know if I'll actually use the filament drying box again, unless I do leave out a roll of filament unexpectedly, but I will definitely be using this vacuum pump. I think it's a handy little tool and is a great way to protect your filament. With all that said, guys, the final verdict on this product, I actually would recommend it if you actually feel you need it. Now, if you're like me, I don't feel like I'll need it again because I don't leave my filament out in the open air for more than a couple days. But like I said earlier, if you have a lot of different colors that you only want to use a little bit at a time, this could be a great way to keep your filament dry and your prints clean. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to check out the description for links to both the product and their Kickstarter page. I want to give a big shout out to EIBOS for sending me this. It was a fun product to try out, and I hope you guys do well with it. That's all for now, but I hope to see you guys again soon.